Joining me now on this episode of Locally Sourced is one of my good friends, longtime colleague, Mr. Joe Meza, financial professional with Transamerica. Sir, thank you for joining me today, Joe.
Thank you for having me, man. This is awesome.
Thanks, man. I know it's been a long time. We used to work with each other over at one of the school districts here in El Paso. It was really, really good times. I got to meet you, work with you for a while, and know you're an amazing person. And now you've moved on out of the education, doing something else, man. Tell us a little about what you're doing over there at Transamerica.
Well, it's crazy because it's a brand new world, right? It's not like it was when you're working a 9-to-5 job. Now you're on your own, commission only. But it's a wonderful job in the sense where it's a wonderful career because you get to meet a lot of people. And so as a financial professional, I help people with a wide range of things. I help out with, so I talk to people. The main thing is to talk to people and see where they're at and what plans they have, what dreams they have. And I try to help fill in the gaps, right? To make sure that they reach their financial goals. But one of the things that I pride myself in is where I feel that I'm different than anyone else in this industry, the financial professionals, is that I also focus on helping people reach also their health goals, changing their lifestyles. And the thing is, everything I talk about in a meeting, it's all, I practice what I preach, So if I ask a potential client that, hey, you got to put more money into your savings because you don't have enough for emergencies, I'm doing the same thing. If I say, hey, you know what? And you go, are your kids protected? Is your family protected in case something happens to you? Which I'm talking about life insurance, right? And they go, no. Are you? Absolutely. My kids are going to be covered when it comes to college. Even my ex is getting some money. Something happens to me, So I pride myself in practicing what I preach,
right.
So when I talk about putting some money away for retirement, I'm talking about annuities, right? And so I'm doing the same thing. I also have an annuity that's growing so I can use when I retire. I also have a 401k. I have my pension. I have my Social Security. So all these things that I talk to people is what I'm doing myself. I practice what I preach. And I invite my clients to go for a hike with me, to go for a walk, to go for a run, go to the gym with me. And so I'm trying, and the thing is, if you think about it, right? You're going to save all this money for retirement. But if you're not healthy when you get to the end, what's the point?
Very true.
It's going to cost you more money. What's that?
No, yeah, you have so many people that, they plan a lot of people plan on their retirements and everything. And once they get there, they retire. And, unfortunately, some of them, they didn't take care of themselves and they don't get to enjoy that life. I mean, that is something I'm pretty sure a lot of agents don't preach about that, especially practice what they preach.
Right.
So that's something so awesome, Joe. Talk a little about some of the people locally here in El Paso. I've known you've helped and you work with so many people here, and how important that is. You mentioned how important it is to have your backup plans and things like that. What advice would you give people, at least that aren't your clients now, to maybe help them financially a little bit better, especially now during these times?
Oh yeah. So one of the things I'm going to advise is that, okay, algo es algo, something is something, right? Everyone has a little bit to pay themselves, at least a little bit. And some people always say, one of the worst things I ever hear from people is I don't have time. I don't have money, right? I don't have time. I don't have money. And it drives me insane. Everyone has time and everyone has money. So it doesn't have to be a whole lot that you put away. But let me tell you, credit cards, debt, stuff like that, that's a lot of percentage of money that you're giving away to someone else, and it's terrible. You don't want to give your money away, right? So, because that's negative money. On the other hand, I'm talking about time, right? Also with exercise, people say there's no time. I have kids, I have a job, and I go, well, you know what? Like I said, I practice what I preach. I'm a single dad. I raise my kids on my own. I have a career and a full-time dad. I get no financial support from mom, but it's okay. I make it work, And so when someone gives me the excuse that, well, there's no time because I have kids, really, Let's talk about that. You know, so there's always time, and to go to the gym, to exercise, to walk, combine things together that you enjoy. If you love talking to your kids, go for a walk with them. You
Mhm.
know, if you enjoy your doggy, walk with your doggy. You know, there's different ways of combining things that you enjoy. And then when it comes to saving money, you don't have to do extreme changes to your life to save money, but there's certain things that you spend. If you start jotting down what you do in a day, you're gonna find out, wait a minute, I spent 3 hours watching Netflix a day. Can I spare 1 hour of that Netflix to read more, exercise more? Or why do I have Netflix, Hulu, and what's the other one? HBO Max, and you have all these different that you don't watch, and that's money you're spending on there that you don't watch.
Yeah.
That money you could be spending on yourself and saving for the future. You know, and it doesn't have to be an annuity. It doesn't have to be life insurance. It can just be in your savings, and you create this little cushion that when things go wrong, you have money you can borrow from yourself.
Yeah.
Things like
That's so true. I mean, we since the pandemic, I mean, honestly, we've been able to save money because we're not going out to eat as much as we do. We're home a lot more. So I honestly, like, we've been able to save, and I think what we've done what we've done during the pandemic, and when things get, I guess, back to normal, I think we're going to try to keep those habits because we've been able to save so much money doing what we've been doing. And just the other thing, I'm not just saying this because I'm interviewing now. I probably will get with you about doing something with life insurance, because that's something I don't have as a cushion for protection for my family. And that I just, like, especially now being a grown up, that is something so important you need to
yeah,
have. Because I mean, if something happened, God forbid something happened to me or anyone else, I mean, would my wife be okay paying the house and stuff like that? I mean, it's
yeah,
just so important and scary to know that, like, you know, if you don't have something to protect your family, it's just something that needs to be done, I think.
yeah, yeah. You know, that's one thing I do stress is like, I goes, first of all, when it comes to like saving for the future is, and also take care of yourself, because how much do you love yourself first? You know, because when you take care of yourself, exercise, eating well, whatever, how much do you love yourself? And then you save money because you want to make sure you're, and then the second question is, how much do you love your family? You know?
Right.
And so if you love your family, how long do you want to be around? Do you want to be a burden? Do you want them to, they push you on a wheelchair and they help you get in and out of the car because you didn't take care of yourself? If it's because of an accident, I get that. But it's because it's self-inflicted damage because you didn't take care of yourself, that's a different story. You know, and financially too. You know, you didn't do your part of saving money for yourself, and then I myself, I'm talking about myself. Remember, I practice what I preach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. You know, I want to make sure that I'm there for my grandkids, running around, chasing them, tackling them, and showering with kisses. You know, and being able to go reach in my pocket and goes, here, money for ice cream. Go nuts. You know,
Right.
that's how I envision my future, and I want it to be that way. And I want everyone to have that opportunity when they get to that point too.
And then I'm just asking, for those people who kind of want to, I mean, there's different, like, tiers and customizations they can do with you to plan out how they want to, like, retire and things like that, right?
Absolutely. And the thing is, everything, life is in chase stages. Like when you talk to someone that's a young family with little kids, there's different things they can do. If someone that's kids already moved out, you talk a different story with them. Someone that's already nearing the end in their 60s, it's a different conversation. Newborns, this is a different conversation about newborns. You know, everything is, there's something for every person at every stage in their life. So it's a different conversation. So like, I was invited to meet this one gentleman. He's almost 60. His brother is 50, and the nephew is 30. You know, they were hoping that I was going to talk to him about the same thing, but you can't have the same conversation because everyone has different needs and different situations. But everything can be customized.
That's awesome. And then I was just going to ask, how do you, with new potential clients, how do you meet with them right now during what's going on?
So the thing is, I'm very sensitive to their needs, because I'm not going to put anyone at risk or myself at risk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do ask clients. I go, hey, and I always recommend Zoom, or web, or Google Meet. I offer some online vehicle to communicate with. But some people feel more comfortable meeting in person, right? And I go, okay, let's meet in person. But then I offer a venue where it's outside. Corner Bakery, you can meet outside. El Paso is a wonderful city because we don't get cold weather that much. It's not that bad.
True.
And so you can meet outside and have a little cafecito and talk about stuff. Now, if they do invite me to their homes because they feel more comfortable at home, so I use my personal protection equipment. I cover my face and I make sure we're still distant, because it's for their protection, but also for my own, because I worry about my kids and my parents.
Right. Well,
but those meetings, those meetings I keep them short, by the way. I keep them real short.
Yeah, that's so awesome that you're still able to appease your clients and be there for them, and even for the new ones that are potential clients. That's so awesome. But I'm not kidding there. Like, Joe, I need to talk to you about getting together and talking about like getting a life insurance thing going for me, so that way my family's taken care of from that end.
Awesome.
And then of course, if anyone needs to contact you, I can get your information and put it in the description below, and then get a hold of you if that's all right.
That'd be awesome. Actually, that'd be wonderful.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to say, Joe, that I didn't ask that you'd like to mention before we end today?
No. What I'm gonna mention right now is that I was a teacher for 21 years, and so when we meet, it's at no cost. It's a friendly conversation to see where you're at. No obligation. I goes, if Ray knows me, I'm a good guy. I'm not gonna get upset. You don't want to do business with me, you know. So if you decide it's not for you, it's okay. But but at least given the opportunity to at least talk about it, you have an idea of what to expect, you know. And then it never hurts to talk to someone. And then if you talk to me, if you need to talk to someone else to get a second opinion, absolutely do it. Educate yourself, empower yourself with information, and do the right thing.
Yes, so true. Joe, thank you so much for being on today with me. Of course, again, I'll leave, if anyone's interested in contacting you, getting to know about the business, or like maybe even setting up a potential meeting, I'll put your information in the description below, man. Thank you so much for joining me today, Joe.
Hey, thank you, Ray. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. Awesome. It was good to see you. Hopefully soon we can meet up in person, man. It's been a long time.
That'd be awesome.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right.